Hello. More information is leaking out about Boris's relationships with people and the way his personal life interfaced with his public life and the chaos, therefore, in both. Of particular interest, and at the liaison committee, Boris started talking about his meetings with Alexander Lebedev, and he seems to have become rather garrulous, and so much so that a person, one of the advisors behind him, wrote on a bit of paper, "Stop talking." And the real problem is that in a in a newspaper article published in November 2019, I think, in The Guardian, Alexander Lebedev denied that he met Boris after a NATO meeting, but now it's confirmed that that did in fact take place. Boris himself confirmed it at the liaison committee meeting, and he met Alex Lebedev when he was foreign secretary, but then went on to say that he met him so often, how would he know specifically when, what dates he actually met him? Lebedev is the father of Yevgeny Lebedev, now Lord Lebedev, who is a friend of Boris's. And specifically, this particular meeting took place in the aftermath of a NATO summit that had discussed Russia, and also in the aftermath of the Salisbury poisonings, which took place, I think, in March 2018. And there's even speculation that in that meeting, the Foreign Secretary Boris was encouraged to talk to, or somebody talked to, the Russian Foreign Secretary Sergei Lavrov, and there was no official present to record this meeting or these details. This is more dodgy than even Priti Patel's meeting in Israel. And Boris's apparent failure to recall the details, or Boris's failure to record the details, is apparently something to do with his being allegedly drunk. Now, this smacks to me of everything that is in the scandalous story of Profumo. And it just sums up the confusion that lies at the heart of Boris Johnson's premiership, and also all the jobs that Boris has done. The mixture of personal and public life. And that palazzo near Perugia, at the party hosted by his friend Yevgeny Lebedev, now Lord Lebedev, is, I think, going to be something which will be spoken of for many years to come. But these stories that are emerging about Boris, for example, another one about Boris trying to get his then mistress a job as a speechwriter when he first became mayor of London, and of her misery when it all went sour. The story is just emerging today. So Angela Rayner, and indeed many of the Labour front bench have now gone on record, and they're saying that Boris's meeting after a NATO summit and immediately in the wake of the Salisbury poisonings was an issue of national security. And I'm inclined to agree. I was certainly very much aware in the months following the Salisbury poisonings that my own position in Russia was something that I should adjust, and I should be very careful. Boris doesn't seem to have bothered with that care at all. And it's that it's that lack of care which I think A, has brought him down, but B, has possibly put this country in further danger. And I think part of that lack of care is the people that he has appointed to care for us. That is the Home Secretary. He doesn't care whether she's a bully or not. The Foreign Secretary, he doesn't care whether she knows her geography or not, or whether she looks ridiculous, because in the end, he knew that he could take control. Well, he can't take control now. And now he's left Liz Truss in a position where she thinks she can bid for the top seat. This is simply shocking. That somebody with so little experience can seriously think that she can become Prime Minister. And I think it's a realistic possibility, by the way. I think the list of candidates, entirely because of Boris's vanity, the list of candidates is very shallow, and there isn't much to tell between them, except for perhaps Tom Tugendhat, who hasn't been admired in this mess. Jeremy Hunt equally is not admired, but he is such a lightweight candidate, and as I say, unfortunately, he is blessed with a name which screams out for revival of Spoonerism, and I don't think that's a good thing in a Prime Minister. Equally, I find his support of the Rwanda project very disconcerting, though I entirely agree with him that we need to stop the small boats crossing the channel. This is dangerous, and it demonstrates our lack of security and our lack of control. So we do definitely need to take action, but I think transferring our responsibility from the UK to Rwanda or Nigeria or wherever is not the way forward. We need to take personal responsibility.